Damon Khan here for Seconds Out with Coach Coldwell, going the American route with things this time round. And we had UK versus USA. UK prevailed this time round. Did the right woman get her hand raised?
I don't know, because I was just that enthralled in how good a fight it was. It's what, when you're watching a tear up, you're just watching both people bounce shots off each other. It did seem as though Maya ran a good head of steam up, and she was like pressing the action and working. Jonas had catch her with some good shots, and she'd come firing straight back. I think if there's a winner, Maya won the fight. But I just had a feeling that it was going to be a draw. I thought I could understand how it was going to be a draw. It's one of those fights where, for me, some of the rounds can go either way, and it depends on which way you go. And that's why I could see it going either way. But I thought, if this is what I was saying before the announcement, I thought if Maya doesn't get it, she'll feel really hard done to, because you have that feeling that she's won it. But it's one of those fights where you understand. I mean, for instance, I got a big, massive judge sat in front of me, and I'm like missing bits of cluster. Every time the action was in the far corner, I'm missing that. I'm looking down at my screen, and you're trying to go between two. Depending on which side of the ring you are, sometimes there'd be a shot that had landed, and you didn't know if it landed or if they caught it on defense. And that's boxing, and that's where when people are scoring fights. But I'm not scoring it. I'm just commentating on it. But it's one of those fights where it can go either way. But it was fucking brilliant, and I kind of thought if there was a winner, then it's Maya. But yeah, it's just a great fight. I just want to see it again.
I thought it was a close fight. A lot of people have varying scores across the board online as well too. But Maya, many rounds up. Jonas squeaking it, Maya squeaking. I've seen all sorts of draws as well too. So I think there's very much merit in everything.
Yeah. So that tells you what kind of fight it was. It's the problem is when you have fights that are that hard fought and that great a battle, then there are going to be rounds where maybe you're just that involved in it, where it's like your emotions are in it and you're like excited about what's going on, that you miss some of the work, or you just have a different perception. I can see how it goes different ways.
We'll open up the boxing sphere wider, but I won't keep you too long, don't worry. I know that you've given your thoughts already on Joshua versus Ngannou, but that's the big ticket topic right now in the sport. So I want to vary up the question a little bit. Just after speaking to Dewey Cooper, Francis Ngannou's coach, he said that he felt that training and game planning for Joshua would be simpler and easier than it was training for Fury. Do you feel that's the right way of approaching it? Do you feel that's the right way of thinking it would have been an easier fight to game plan for? Is it an easier route to victory potentially for Ngannou over Fury?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a case of taking him lightly. It's a case of understanding that Joshua's a less complex boxer to break down. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. For starters, Fury can box southpaw or orthodox, so you got to prepare for that. You've got different dimensions with Fury in comparison to Joshua. Trying to get sparring for somebody that's 6'9" is a lot harder than trying to get sparring for like 6'5", 6'6". So just even on those simple things, but stylistically on what both fighters do, then yeah, you can understand why he would say that. It doesn't mean it's an easy fight, and it doesn't mean that you should take him lightly. But yeah, I understand that it's what he's saying there.
If Ngannou was to get the victory, what does it say about the heavyweight division and the heavyweight division compared to other eras?
I don't. Well, would you say that you wouldn't say that Anthony Joshua's, a Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, that kind of era? You wouldn't say that if he was around in their days, you wouldn't say he would be as dominant as what he's been in the division. So I don't really. Eras are different, I think it shows you that in boxing anything can happen. It shows you that when he had his fight against Fury, that was the big shot, but he was a complete unknown. If now he's not unknown, if AJ doesn't go and beat, now he's got footage, he understands what he's about. If AJ doesn't beat Ngannou, it's just a shock loss, But then Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Azim Ragnan. Granted, he's a boxer, but what I'm saying is the shocks that go on. Tyson got beat by Buster Douglas. Doesn't say that those two were shit. It just means that it's heavyweight boxing and shit happens.
So we'll go into this topic a lot more further, but I said I'll only keep you for a short amount of time, but I'll pin you down another time. Thanks so much for speaking to Seconds Out, sir. All the best.